I am GB Solomon. Welcome to my channel. This is GB Interactive. As I always say, if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell so that when I post videos in future, you'll be notified. Cause obviously, I'll always have content for you to consume. So, I really love the feedback that I got for the first part of the lesson on vocal ranges and voice types, and it has gingered me to make sure that the continuation comes as fast as possible. You know how keen I am on making sure that the things I talk about are applicable and as practical and as relatable as possible. So I borrowed a keyboard to help me do this. Hopefully, I pray that some way somehow I'm able to get a keyboard of my own to help me with this. So a little recap. In the previous lesson, I defined what vocal range is, how important it is to know your vocal range, and I went on to give you a lot of explanation on a lot of things. I defined what an octave is, the importance of knowing the scientific plate notation, and among others. If you haven't seen that video, I'll make sure I link it up here so that you can check it out for yourself. So today, let's just get into it. So people usually ask that is one's voice range or vocal type constant? As in, are you born with it? Is it something that is learned? Is it something that you either have it or you don't have it? And this is the best answer that I can give you. Naturally, God has created your anatomy in a way that you can be able to do certain things with it, okay? And for you to achieve the full extent of that ability, you'd have to work on it, you would have to practice. You have been created to be a tenor singer, okay? But with constant practice, you can train your other registers to be able to enter into the alto part, or sometimes hit some soprano notes. That doesn't make you a soprano singer or an alto singer, because if we should put you in that part for a long time, you can't be consistent. You end up losing your voice all the time, and even when it comes to producing certain sounds, will not actually go for your voice. I will take it from 3 different angles. Make sure that 1, you are properly warmed up. 2, stand in a position or sit in a position where you can allow free flow of air into your diaphragm and out of it, okay, so that you are well positioned in terms of breath to be able to hit the notes. Now, let me warm up a little bit. First, I'll find my high range limit. Then I'll come back and then find my low vocal range limit. Okay, this is a 5-octave keyboard I have over here. I'll strike a note, then I'll use the R sound. So you begin from middle C. Middle C is C4. So my keyboard is a 5-octave keyboard. So this is the 1st octave, 2nd octave, 3rd, and my 4th. Okay, so you begin from the 4th octave. Some people will advise that you use a chromatic scale to to check this, but I would want to make things simpler by making you use a diatonic scale, because I think I'm more used to than you get it. So the simpler, the better, so that it won't be too much of a Herculean task for you. So I'll use a diatonic scale. So this is my middle C. So I start going to use the R sound. So make sure you start from your chest voice, okay? Because as you are going, you notice that you'll be transitioning. So you know where your chest voice ends and where your other registers set in. So ah 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 this is my full range, so I'm allowed to add this particular note, even though I struggle to hit that. Remember I told you about full range, my musically useful range, and then my Tessitura. So for my full range, I think I'm allowed to add C, D, E. This is E5 to it. So this is my upper range limit. Okay, so I'll come back to middle C and I'll run the scale down. Ah 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 So this one too, I'll put it at D2. In my full range is between D2 and then E5. So let's recap. Begin from the middle C, find any vowel sound to match the pitches that you strike on your keyboard. If you don't have a keyboard, you're allowed to use a keyboard app on your phone. Make sure that you are singing in that octave you are playing in, or else you end up cheating the system. Find your way up to the point that you cannot hit. Come back from C4 and find your way down to the point you cannot hit. Scientifically, notate these pitches. Time is at your full range. Come back to start the whole process again, but this time around, immediately you begin to transition, stop. In the downward part to immediately begin to transition from the chest voice to your fry tone, stop. That will be termed as your tessitura. And then when you go a little outside it, okay, you find that there are some notes in there that is in your head voice and your fry tone, which you can hit with a little effort. That will be part of your musical useful range. In classifying voices according to types, we look at one, your vocal range, we look at your tone color, we look at your voice texture, we also look at your transition point. If I was an auto singer, you'd realize that I would be able to use my chest voice to hit those notes that I quickly transition into. So when we talk about transition point, it's just the point where you transition from one vocal register to the other. So from your chest voice to your head voice to your whistle voice, from your chest voice to the fry tone. Those are transition. When you go on the internet, you'll find a lot of people trying to classify the voices according to ranges, and the truth is that what you find might be different according to what material you come across, but there are a lot of similarities. Okay. It might not be that you can hit all the notes exactly, but it's a range of notes that you can find certain singers or certain voice types in. I hope you found this video interesting, educative, informative. Make sure you tell others about this channel and anticipate my next lessons. I have a lot in store for you. I'm going to discuss vocal registers proper in my future videos. I'm going to talk about how to improve upon your tone, how to find your key for a song, how to identify the key of a song. It's a whole lot of things that I have for you, so make sure you subscribe to the channel and keep coming back for more. Thanks for always coming back. Have a lovely day. Make sure you check my other content as well, music reviews with GB Salom, my movie reactions and all that. Okay, thanks again and have a wonderful time.